We're going to be moving storage units. That's one of the topics I wanted to talk about, saving money. We are starting out the storage unit we have our stuff in now is going to raise their rates another $50 a month starting February 1st, so it'd be going over $300 a month. So we found a place that's way closer to our house, and it's like a savings of well over $200. Well, almost, it's actually $180 a month. So that's good. That's really good. And we have to have renter's insurance in order, otherwise we have to pay for theirs. So theirs is like more expensive, obviously. But yeah, we're going to be getting rid of some of the stuff that's in the storage unit that we have now. We had some furniture in there that we were holding for my stepdaughter, who has decided she doesn't want it after all. So that'll allow more space for us. We're getting rid of our bicycles because we really don't use our bikes. And she had a bicycle there too, so we'll be getting rid of 3 bikes and furniture. So we might even be able to downsize the unit too. Of course, it's not much more for the size unit. It's a 10 by 20 unit, and it'll be like $135 a month, which is super cheap. And it's, like I said, way closer to our house. Then for my dad, he was getting the newspaper every day, and even at the discount for the newspaper delivery is like 83 cents a day, but still that works out to like $522 for the year. The online version is $240 for the year. So that's another huge savings. And we were talking about it with my dad recently, like the last few weeks. I said, I gotta verify, because when it comes, they do it $261 every 6 months, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't for the whole year, because if it's for the whole year, that's not horrible. I mean, the $240 a year for the online version wouldn't have been that much of a savings, but it turns out it is a significant savings. And the newspaper delivery has been less than consistent and reliable, so it's not going to be a big deal to get rid of it. There were 2 articles in the newspaper this morning, both of them about artificial intelligence. The one is a tsunami of misinformation was the first article I saw, and then what was the other one? Oh yeah, here we go. AI's breakthrough year. That was, oops. So these are both Associated Press syndicated articles. They weren't read, or they weren't written by any local journalists. But I read both of them. They're both kind of interesting. I'm curious about why misinformation only comes from one side. But let's not get into that. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, saving money is huge, and that gives me more to use for my working budget here online, so I'm not going to argue with that. What else is going on? Oh, not much. We went out to the storage unit today, to the new storage place, to talk to them, and they it's interesting because they only have like the rentals reservations. You can only rent them, like they only have like a 9-day window that you can rent, because we wanted to wait till the end of the month because the other storage place already had taken out the money for January. So we're going to do our move-in date like as close to the end of the month as possible for the other one. So that'll be fun. Getting all that out of there and closer to the house and getting rid of more stuff. Then we have to talk to my dad about getting rid of more of his glassware off the shelves. Part of the problem with that is he's got them behind the TV set down there, and they're kind of hard to get to. I've already broken one of the little things, that knickknacks that he had back there, and that was painful to clean that mess up because it was behind the TV. It's a 75-inch TV that we bought him, and yeah, you don't want to move that thing too much. So my husband was down. I was like trying to clean it up myself. I think my husband heard it from upstairs. That's how loud the crash was when it hit the basement floor. Of course, the floor in the basement is ceramic tile, so that'd make a noise. Anyway, yeah, so that's what we got. We got to get rid of some more of the knickknacks, some more of the dustables. My dad likes looking around the secondhand store. I'm like, oh my God, please don't buy anything else. Please don't buy anything else. Well, on Christmas Eve day, my poor dad, his vision too is just, he's really struggling with his vision. His peripheral vision is almost non-existent, and really his depth perception in general isn't that good. We were having a glass of champagne while we were prepping the Christmas Eve dinner, and Roy put a crystal glass with the champagne in front of him and said, "Bob, here's your wine." And not long after that, my dad was reaching for something else and broke a glass, and one of his older crystal glasses that he used for wine. And I was joking with him later on that my mom was probably cheering when the glass broke, because she's always on him to get rid of that stuff. My dad was famous for going to the resale shop and coming back with all kinds of stuff. My mother would just shake her head. Well, one time she had to go get him at the resale shop because he locked his keys in the car. This was when he was still working, and there was a Goodwill store not far from where he worked at the bank. And my mother was working, and he had to call her from work to come and get the car opened up because he locked his keys in the car. Because he went to buy something there, I don't know what. So anyway, yeah, my dad's kind of crazy with that stuff. And we keep telling him, no more baskets. And he wants to give this stuff to my nephew, and my sister's like, no, he doesn't need anything else. So crazy. So anyway, that's about it. I'm going to be listening to the Cryptomaniacs podcast this afternoon. That's why I wanted to do my live stream earlier, so I wouldn't miss any of that. That comes on at 3 o'clock Eastern. So you can go on to their Threadcast. I left the link in the description below me, and go and ask questions or make comments, because if they get at least 15, they get moved up to the top of the feed. So yeah, go and ask them some questions. They love answering questions. John and Taskmaster love answering people's questions. So anyway, have a great rest of your day. I'm going to sign off for now, and we will talk to you guys later. Tomorrow, most likely.